I have so much to talk to you about this week that I actually have a note here of the things I want to talk about because I'm worried I'm going to forget something. But this week has been kind of crazy, super fun, lots of non-scale victories that I want to tell you about. Just a lot of things going on in general in my life in regards to like my health and wellness and GLP-1 and the GLP-1 Girl Code and all of the things. And I am beyond excited to talk to you about that. This is our weekly weigh-in. If you don't know who I am, my name is Nikki, and I have been on a GLP-1 since March of 2023. I am over 2.5 years on this journey. I've lost almost 80 pounds on a GLP-1, more than 90 since my highest weight, and I am still like 40 pounds from goal. I weighed in this morning and the scale said 184 pounds, which means I am holding steady from last week. But when the scale used to say 277 pounds, 184 is looking great for me. I did have some moments this week where I just looked at myself in the mirror and wasn't as happy with what I was seeing, which was kind of odd because that's just not my norm. I usually am very happy with what I see in the mirror. I definitely think that it has something to do with my cycle, which we'll talk a little bit about this week because I am tracking my cycle like to a T in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is doing an amazing job. This is my second cycle that I've tracked in ChatGPT, and the cycle days are lining up exactly with how they lined up last month with like how I'm feeling, the bloated, the cramping, the anxiety, all of the things are like the exact same time frame. If you are not tracking your period with ChatGPT, you need to, because I just think that it helps you understand the scale wins, the scale losses, the feeling bloated, the feeling blah, the looking in the mirror and thinking that you don't look as good as you did last week, which makes absolutely no sense because the scale says the same number. Nothing has changed except for your hormones, and hormones are assholes. Like our hormones mess with us so freaking much that it's really nice to know how that's affecting us. And I know like we are all over the place in regards to our periods and our hormones, but I think regardless of where we are, we still have hormones that play a role. I think, I don't know. But if I was you, I would track it just for a month, see if your days align with each other throughout and really just get an idea of how that is affecting your weight loss story because it affects mine so much. The first thing I want to talk about is food this week. I did not track in the Pep app again. I have been doing really, really bad about tracking. And I know why. I know it's because like my ADHD really messes with me when something big is happening or something big is coming. And in exactly 4 weeks, I am going on a cruise. And whenever something like this happens, like whenever I'm looking forward to something, the things that I'm supposed to be doing kind of take a back seat because my mind is elsewhere. Like my mind is already there. And it's very hard for me to like come back down to level and realize that that's still 4 weeks away and I could be using these 4 weeks to get back into the 170s, and I'm really trying to convince my brain to get there. I just think that I'm so busy with everything right now. I actually just signed up my 4-year-old for swim lessons 3 days per week for this month because another great side effect of ADHD is procrastination. And I knew I wanted to get both of my kids into swim lessons before the cruise, but I procrastinated it so much that now in the month of October, I have my 4-year-old going 3 times per week and my 9-year-old going once per week plus gym. There's just so much going on throughout the week right now that my weight loss journey is still happening behind the scenes, but it's not the forefront of things right now because I feel like I'm just getting ready for the cruise that's happening in 4 weeks and fall break that gives me 2 weeks off of school in 4 weeks and parent teacher conferences in 2 weeks. And I just feel like when we have all of these things going on in our life, that's going to affect our weight loss. Like you may be like, Nikki, why are you talking about all this other things that have nothing to do with your weight loss journey on your weekly weigh-in? And that's simply just not true. Because when we think about our journeys compared to someone who doesn't have kids, who's someone who doesn't have a full-time job, who like if and then if you are those people and you compare your weight loss journey to someone like me who does have a full-time job, who has two young kids, who wakes up in the morning, has to make breakfast for their kids and has to take care of my kids at home and my kids at school and then go home and do all these other things, a working mom and someone who is a stay at home without kids, like our weight loss journeys are going to be so different because of that. We really need to remember that and we need to give ourselves grace. If you are a working mom who has a life outside of the home and has obligations with your kids and your weight loss story is going to be different. And that's all I'm trying to say here. Ultimately, our goals are the same. We all want to hit that goal weight. Our goals are the exact same way, but we need to give ourselves grace for the things that are going on in our lives that are affecting our weight loss. And that's exactly what I'm doing because I have a lot going on right now. Not to mention, I have another totally like second job that is very much full time. I make YouTube videos. I have 2 videos going up every single week. I'm also making videos for another channel that's helping people start their own YouTube channel. I have the GLP1 Girl Code Community that is thriving. I'm actually moving the GLP1 Girl Code from a stan community into a school community because school is built for communities and the app is it's beautiful. It gets that's why I keep getting distracted because I keep getting the notifications. In Stan, there was like no notification, so I never knew when people were posting in the community and I would just have to keep checking in, but I would miss posts and not be able to communicate, which I hated, and that's why I'm moving it over to school because now I get communication and I get notifications and I can be much more involved within the community. And that's why I'm moving it over to school, but that's like its own entire beast of a job because when women are already in stan, they have to go to school and they have to sign up and they have to pay that $17 per month like right away, which means I'm going back into stan and I'm refunding their most recent stan purchase of $17 so they don't get like double charged. And some of them are getting like a free month because of this, but because I'm moving everyone over, I feel like that's only fair. And so that's a whole thing that like when I'm talking about the fact that I don't have time to exercise, I am not making that shit up. I literally am busy all day long. I wake up, I wake my kids up, I get them ready for school, I make breakfast, I go to work, I spend my whole day at work, I come home, I spend time with my family, I make dinner, I do my family things, I put the kids to bed, and then I work on this. I work on YouTube, I work on the GLP1 Girl Code, I do all of the things. I have an Instagram, this is how I spend my nights. And I literally just do that. And then I do some of my coach lessons to become a certified nutrition coach when I have time. That's kind of on the back burner right now with everything else. And I just don't have the time to add exercise into my routine right now. And that's really not an excuse. That is a fact of the world that I live in. And I think people will keep saying, oh, you can make 30 minutes. No, I can't. I only have 24 hours in the day and I cannot add 30 minutes to that. And I'm not going to put exercise before my other things because the other things are more important to me. And that's just, again, the truth of the matter. But that was a little bit of a tangent on just giving yourself grace when you have a lot of things going on. Things will settle, things will slow down once I get everyone moved over to the school community. Once that is done, and then I close out my stand, I also have to move my courses from stand over to the school community. So there's just a lot that I'm doing right now, and I want to get it all done this month before the cruise. And then once I get back from the cruise, I feel like I could really focus more on making sure I track everything, making sure we're getting into the holiday season. Sometimes that's the hardest season for people. I don't know if it's the hardest season for me. The holiday season is my favorite season. I love when the weather cools down and the Christmas lights come out and it smells good outside. I absolutely love the holiday season. It's my favorite season of the entire year. And I typically can do things that I want to do because I'm just very like in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood during the holiday season. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen me not in a good mood technically, but I don't know, like I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And if you would have saw me 2 years ago, you wouldn't have seen this person. You would have seen a very depressed, not happy person. I was not happy and I would just kind of stay to myself. And thankfully, I found GLP-1 medications and my entire life changed in so many ways. All of the non-scale victories. I haven't even shared all of my non-scale victories from this week yet, but it's been insane. Okay, so I'm looking at my list. My number one was talking about the scale. We talked about the scale. I'm 184, which is holding steady from last week. We talked about the food this week. I did not eat well. We ate out quite often because we were so busy and I did not plan. I'm trying to plan. I last week on the video I asked you guys for ways to plan and things to do when I'm super busy during the week and you guys gave me great recommendations, but like I couldn't do any of them because I needed to plan. So I am trying to eat out less this week. We did only eat out like the 3 days, and then we ate at home the other days, but I definitely want to try to eat out less this week. Like I want to only eat out 2 times, which would be Monday and Thursday because those are my really busy nights. And then the rest of the time I'd like to cook something simple and eat at home. So that's the goal this week. My husband's going to be going to Walmart to go shopping very soon and grab everything. But the recommendations, the comments that you guys left on my last video were amazing. They were such good recommendations, and I definitely can take some of those into my routine and use them. So thank you for that. I talked about how busy I am. I talked about the cruise coming up in literally 4 weeks. We are going on a cruise. I cannot wait. I also have to go shopping for dresses because there are 2 formal nights. So my daughter and I are going to be going shopping maybe next weekend. And I will take the camera with me and we will do some try on hauls and I'll post it like probably within my next weeks or the week after. I'll put it in like one of these weekly vlogs so you can see the dresses that I am trying on and the dresses I end up picking. I will also post them on Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram because I cannot wait to like try on dresses. I can't wait. We did buy our Halloween costumes. Guys, I don't dress up for Halloween. I've never really dressed up for Halloween because of my size. If you are overweight, you probably understand that it's very hard to find Halloween costumes in our size, and it's hard to feel good in a Halloween costume at the size I was. And last week I kind of played around with Halloween and I ended up using like a dress that I had and created a costume. But this year, my husband and I both got a costume. We are going to be Victorian vampires. I tried it on. I'll put a picture here so you can see my costume. I am beyond excited to feel good in this costume and I'm going to wear it any chance I get, anytime. We do go to a Halloween party, so I cannot wait to wear it. My husband and I have literally never done stuff like this. And it's really exciting to be able to feel like I'm actually living my life to the fullness that I can be living it finally at 37. I did turn 37 this month. In case you didn't know, my birthday was August 12th, but I just feel like I'm finally living my life, and that's huge. So we're going to do that, the dress shopping, and I'll share that with you. Also, we talked a little bit about my period. Right now, I am currently like fully in my ovulation phase, which comes with bloating and cramping for a couple days. And I literally woke up this morning with like intense ovulation cramps, which means I'm also bloated. I'm thinking that once this moves past, I will be at less than 184, but I'm happy right now at 184. Hopefully, next weekend will be lower. I would love, here's my goal. Here's an actual tangible goal that we can track. I would love to be in the 170s by the time we go on the cruise. So that gives me 4 weeks to get back into the 170s. I would like to lose 4 pounds in the next 4 weeks. I don't know if that's doable. Not for me, but we're going to try and we're going to do everything we can to make that happen. And then we'll check in right before the cruise. Number 6 on my list is the fact that I moved the GLP1 Girl Code from Stan community over to the school community. If you are in the GLP1 Girl Code, I posted that in the community. I also sent an email. I've tried blasting you with all of the information that you need to get into the school community because I don't want to lose you. I do know that I'm probably going to be losing some members because of the switch to school. And I mean, for me, it's worth it. I know my ride or dies are going to follow me over to school. And then if you join, you would just join directly through school if you go through the link down below. It's going to take you to my website, which explains everything that comes inside the GLP1 Girl Code. And then when you click on the link, it's just going to take you right over to school. And you would join into school. You would have no idea what you're missing with Stan. You're not missing anything. It's just really the community aspect of Stan. It's just not good. I'm sure they're going to make it better. I'm sure they're going to beef it up. It's newer. I don't love it. And I had a free trial with school. I tried it and it was beautiful. And even the members inside are loving it. These are some of the comments that we've gotten so far. Literally, I just changed it last night and these messages came through almost immediately once they joined. So it is solid. It's great. And I am very excited about it. It's just a little bit of work for me and I'm going to get it done though. So that was there. Also, I want to start working on a supplement guide. So the thing about the school community is that I'm not going to be selling like any of my courses or my products a la carte, at least not right now. You would have to join the community in order to get them, but they come in the community. So you pay the monthly price and you get all of my resources. And my next resource that I'm going to start working on is a supplement guide because of the nutrition course that I am taking. I am really focusing on right now, like the different supplements, like the B vitamins and the minerals. So vitamins and minerals is what I want to make a guide on, like a full on PDF guide of all the vitamins and the minerals that we need in our bodies and why we need them and what they do and some supplement options for those. Of course, always getting them the natural way is the best, but sometimes that's just not possible, especially for us on a GLP-1 when we're not eating as much. It's just a little bit harder for us to get those vitamins and minerals in, and that's why we use supplements in order to do that, and that's totally okay. So that's the next guide I'm working on that will go inside the GLP-1 Girl Code membership. I'm excited about that. We also have a live meeting today. So today, Arizona time at 1:30 p.m., we have our live roundtable meeting. This is one of my favorite parts of the month. I love it so much that I am thinking about doing them bi-weekly instead of just every month. I'm thinking about doing them twice per month, and I would do like one 1:30 meeting and then one like 8 p.m. meeting every like 2 weeks because I love them so much. They're just literally a round table. We all come in, we take turns sharing our stories. Last time it ran like an hour because we were all talking and just having a really good time together. We share celebrations, we share struggles, we give feedback, and we're just there to support each other. So that meeting is happening today at 1:30. This video is going to go up before then. So if you see it, get inside. The link is inside so you can join us. If you see it after, you'll just have to wait for our next meeting, but it'll be well worth the wait. Another interesting thing that happened this week, which is a non-scale victory, it has nothing to do with like my weight or my weight loss journey per se, but it has something to do with what has come because of this journey. And of course, you guys know that starting this YouTube channel and starting the GLP1 Girl Code and starting my business is all stemmed from my 2.5 year weight loss journey. And also now because of that, I have had 2 women like actually literally reach out to me and ask me for my guidance in like building a YouTube channel, and like they are like offering to pay me to do that. Like, how insane is that? How insane is that just by sharing your journey here on social media, you get opportunities like this? I am literally so excited. And one of the women that I worked with, she started her YouTube channel 2 weeks ago and she's already over 200 subscribers. And I think she said over 200 watch time hours in only 2 weeks. In only 2 weeks. So that tells me that my advice is actually worthwhile and it does work. And that gave me the confidence to say yes to this other woman who asked me for her help. And like she's literally paying me to do it, which is kind of insane and exciting. And yeah, I love it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I do also like put videos on behind the GLP1 Girl Code that goes over like all of the tips and stuff, but she just wants more of a one-on-one approach and just, I guess, to pick my brain, which I'm okay with because I love sharing everything. Also, I'm recording this, I'm looking down at my thigh and I have like this giant red mark from my injection site. If you get injection site redness, bumps, I get them all the time. So that's just me sharing with you that I'm not going to say like it's a normal thing. I definitely think like you should talk to your doctor about it if it's concerning to you. It's not concerning to me because I've done a lot of research and I get them almost every time I inject in my thigh, sometimes on my belly, but it literally is just like I'm going to take a picture of it. I don't know if you can. Yeah, there we go. You can see it. Like it's literally just this like red. I have shorts on, by the way. My shirt is just long. But it's just this little red mark that I get, and it kind of is a little bit of a bump and it itches so much. So it's just a little bit of like an allergic reaction to like the injection site, but it's so tiny. It goes away. It itches like crazy. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt. And honestly, I didn't have a reaction like this for the first like year and a half of my journey, like never. And then all of a sudden they started and then they just haven't gone away and I'm used to them. I have been told that I could use like a Benadryl cream and that would make it go away faster. I just don't because I don't have it. And yeah, totally random on topic though. Totally random, but on topic for this video. If you are having a site reaction, I just want you to know that I do too. It is fairly normal. Check with your doctor if you are concerned. Number 10 on my list was to tell you guys about my Halloween costume, which I already did. I already showed you a picture of it. I'm very excited. I'm also going to be, you guys, I'm going to probably be looking a little bit different next on my Wednesday video because I'm going to be putting some extensions in. I actually ordered them on Amazon. They're like the beaded extensions. I got 3 packs and I'm going to be putting them in today. So I don't know if you'll see them in my next video or the next video, but I'm just over the short hair. I love it when it's like super short. Like a while ago when it was like this short, I loved it. But this length, I absolutely hate it. And you guys know, like, we're on a weight loss journey to look good and feel good. And my hair is part of that. And I want my hair to be long and I want to be able to curl it and style it. And so that's just another non-scale celebration that you guys will see coming up. Something else that I noticed this week is the fact that if I don't have my morning vitamins, so I made my morning drink every single day this week except for Thursday. For some reason, Thursday I was just way too tired and I just didn't get it made. And I had the biggest headache that entire morning. and all throughout the day because I didn't have my supplement. Like, that's the only thing that changed. That's the only difference, is I didn't have my supplements that morning. So I just really want you to know that supplements are vital in this. And when I'm talking about supplements, I'm talking about my GLP-1 pre, so my Triquetra GLP-1 pre, my Belly Welly, and my instant aminos from Triquetra. Those are the three things that I put in my morning drink. And then I also have my Triquetra B12 and my Triquetra L-methylfolate every single morning before I leave the house. I actually forgot it once this week, and I was so scared I was going to have a headache that I came back to take them. I've also started my 4-year-old on Triquetra's L-methylfolate. They have a kids version, and he had a great end of his week after starting those. I swear by supplements, which is the reason why I want to work on the supplement guide so much. I just think that on a GLP-1, we are not naturally getting the vitamins that we need. Like, we're just not. We're eating less. We're not eating as well, some of us. And I'm just not getting the vitamins that I need. And therefore, I have to supplement like this. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Anything in my nutrition coaching that I've been reading does not say there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, many supplements are more bioavailable than when you eat them in food that you heat up. So that's like a little bit of a teaching moment here. A little bit of a teaching moment that I learned is a lot of the times when you heat your food up, you actually take away the vitamins, the natural vitamins that are in there, and they become less effective when you heat your food up. And most of us are heating our food up. I also learned that when you eat breakfast food that is fortified with supplements, if you put milk with your cereal, the milk is going to wash those vitamins off because they're just sprayed on. And if you don't drink the milk, you actually lose the vitamin. So cool. I didn't even know these things, and I'm learning all this stuff. So when you take an actual supplement, especially if you take like a liquid drop like this is bioavailable form. This is going to get into your system and you're going to get 100% of it. You're not heating it. You're not losing the effectiveness because it's already in the bioavailable form that you need that your body can use. Like, your body doesn't have to convert most supplements that are made like this, especially the liquid ones. And if your body doesn't have to convert it, then it's going to be 100% effective in your body. Bit of a teaching moment that I've learned in my nutrition coaching. I'm so excited about it. Anyways, I think I hit everything. I think I talked about everything. This week has been a lot of non-scale victories, a lot of busyness, a lot of real life, a lot of craziness, a lot of excitement, and just not a lot of the scale stuff. And that's okay, because that's the life that I want to live. I don't want to live my life around the scale. I don't want to live my life around just this weight loss journey. I spend a lot of time talking about it. I post every single day on Instagram and TikTok about my weight loss journey. I post here on YouTube all the time. I weigh in. I do all of the things, but I also have a real life outside of just the weight loss journey. And it all is one thing. It all goes together. It all feeds into the same end goal. And that's what this week was. And that's probably going to be what these next 4 weeks are. But I'm also going to be moving on and pushing forward in having all of the wins. Okay. Anyways, if you need support, if you need a place of women who get it, join our new school community. It is amazing. You get access to all of my courses. You get access to everything that I've built, everything that I've put out, and any future courses, minus some premium courses that I'm probably going to put out later, like next year, within the next 2 years, after I get all of my coaching and coursing done. But lots of stuff in there. Community that's thriving. I've literally been getting notifications this entire time on my phone. I need to get in there. I need to respond to those messages, because honestly, that is the place that I spend most of my time, is in the GLP1 Girl Code. I love it there. I want you in there. Get in there. Join us. If you are just starting, I do have a free GLP-1 medication starter guide. You can absolutely grab that. And I will go ahead and link one of my other videos that I posted this week, which was on the differences between semaglutide and tirzepatide. So if you are wondering what those are, I will link that right here so you can watch that. And just remember, you are doing much better than you think. You've got this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.